So when looking at the FITT principle that we talked about in our chapter 16 lecture, we are basically describing the dose curve and FITT principle based off physical activity and health. So looking at the FITT principle, we're going to use this principle, which is FITT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise. We're talking about progression. So we're going to be talking about overload, and we're going to be talking about specificity. We use these different things to essentially calculate our volume, which is going to be equal to the endurance training, which is our number of days, frequency, along with exercise, and our time of exercise. So if you run for 2 hours a day, your total volume of exercise would be 9 hours. Whereas when you do resistance training, it doesn't work the same. Obviously, type 1, type 2 athletes, but not even talking about that. It just, you're not consistently lifting the weight the entire time. Like when you run the entire time, you can run without stopping. When you do resistance training, you take breaks, you take reps, you get water, you sit down and scroll on Instagram maybe for a few seconds, and then you go back to your reps. You're not consistently lifting that weight the entire time. So resistance training is how we calculate the volume. It's going to be multiplying the load, so the weight times, and the number of times of reps. That's how we're going to calculate volume for resistance training. It's going to be dependent on the goal or the health of the fitness outcome. So if someone is able to run, let's say, a marathon without stopping, they're going to have to do a higher level of physical activity. That's going to be more physical fitness goal. However, if you have someone that's trying to decrease their blood pressure, improve their endurance so that they can keep up with their dog, or when they babysit, they run around with the kids, it's going to be a little bit different level of volume or intensity of training. So what we need to think about is the physical activity, the dose, which would be a U-shaped curve on our dose curve. As we go down, we improve health, and as we go up, we make side effects more pronounced. So that is basically what that physical activity and health curve is discussing, which happens when we run or do resistance training. So